Hi, I'm Lee and welcome to my channel, and this video is titled Narcissist. Tea time. Oh yes, honey, it is tea time. We are spilling the tea. And also, it's giving informational. It's giving, hey, maybe you're going through this same thing. Maybe you are experiencing something like this and you think you're the only one. I mean, anytime there's anything about narcissist, it's very intriguing to me also because I've went through it, whether it was narcissist number one, narcissistic sociopath number one, or just straight up dumb as the day is long narcissist number two. And that is whom we are going to be speaking about today. Narcissist number two, Pizza Boy. Pizza Boy. I've spoke about him in the last handful of videos, and this boy successfully hates me now. And why does he hate me? Well, I said the truth. Like, everything that I'm saying now, I said to his face. And, I've said he's a very good looking guy. He's very cute, but he knows he's cute. So he knows everything in life. People do things for him, or he can get whomever, whatever, on his looks, And no one has ever told him no before. And I'm like, no, sir, hold on. So, yeah, I highly doubt he is watching this video or anything else. But if he is, hey, it's nothing that I, didn't say to your face. So let me tell you about this guy. Before he and I, watch all those handful of videos, specifically the video, what is it? Narcissists want the perks of a relationship without the title or the responsibility. Yeah. So this guy, I knew this guy for about a year before anything came about. And I knew him. And I knew all of his tea. I should say I didn't know him because we didn't hang out, anything. We would say, hey, what's up? But, I knew all of this boy's business, all of it. I say boy, he's my age. And calling him a man would just be too, no. Why lie and say he's a man? So this is what I knew about this boy. Okay, he was married, cheated on his wife, and this was I'm thinking of timelines, and no, this happened quite a few times. So I had heard, he cheated on his wife, multiple times, and I think within that time frame before he and I started speaking, it was a handful of times that she kicked him out, all this stuff, right? So one of my homegirls, not really had a thing for him, but she thought he was cute because he's a little juiced up Guido. So yes, he is cute. And I guess they were out at a bar when, not her, but my homegirl, her peoples, they were out at this bar. Pizza Boy was there with his mistress. And I guess something happened. She slapped him twice in the face, which is probably deserved, but whatever. So my homegirl sends a shot over there and then invites him to her house, right? She said he walked in the door and was like, I gotta go. And he said the same thing too, but it's like, whatever. Why he left, I don't know. To this day, I don't know. So I knew that story about him, knew that he cheated on his wife, and he would always come into my work. And how that came about, oh gosh, this is going to be some good tea time. But might be a long video, but hey, if it can help somebody else, why not? So he would always come into my work, and business owner. I mean, I say that very loose and fast. Business owner, no. But see, I didn't know all of this at the time. Yes, his name is on that door. That's it. He doesn't own it. Barely operates it. So he bought said business from my old boss. Um, and I said it before, like he sold these kids the dream, sold these kids the dream. And it's like, honey, if it was that good, he would have still held on to this business, right? So sold him this business, and they're I guess family friends or something like that. So he would come into my work, and it's funny, he would come in with his wife, and they I always felt kind of bad for her because they did not look happy. He did not look happy to be there at all, did not look happy to be there with her. Like, I felt really kind of bad for this girl. And then he started coming in with a different girl. Apparently, whenever he cheated on her, the most recent time, whenever that was, and like just a mess, right? Like, I know all of this, and I haven't said more than 2 words to this guy before, right? So towards the end of that, or I guess, like, he started coming into my work, coming in on my shifts, like, more and more. And I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. Did not take this boy serious in the least. Why? I know your business. You are so messy. Like, you're messy. You're 1,000% messy. Yes, you're cute, but, and also there were little icks, little icks that I was just like, no, like, like he's a buff, juiced up Guido, right? But he has skinny legs. And even like one of my girlfriends pointed it out to me. She was like, ew, he has skinny legs. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, just, so skinny legs, ick. Um, he's not like super tall. I don't know, right? But also just his character, and like I was just like, ew. So just little icks, right? So he would come in, we would talk, nothing like major. And then I remember he came in one night and he was trying to holla. Oh, he was trying to holla big time. And I'm like, sir, why don't you, number one, no. And come talk to me when that wedding ring is off. Like, no, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. So kept turning him down, kept turning him down. And then one night he does have the wedding ring off. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, so that's really serious. So that's going on. I think I did videos on that too. And of course, I didn't know that that was a pattern with this guy of cheat, get kicked out, have your fun, and the cycle repeats. Like, I didn't know this. So we went out one night. He was like, oh, do you want to go out? And I was like, why not? And I was not looking for anything. Like, I was just like, sure, because I was still, I don't know if I would say in my feelings, but I was feeling some type of way. I was narcissist number 1, and watch all of those very early videos. This person, evil, right? So, I'm still like, have so much anger towards him, so much anger towards myself, like, just yeah, let me take a distraction. So let me go out with this guy. So I went out with him, and he's a man of few words. So I'm like trying to think of, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say I had the best time, but I was like, all right, whatever. I hung out with this guy. So, and I honestly had no intentions of like really like anything. Like, oh, if I see you out on the street or whatever, it's just like, oh, okay, hey. So we were at a stoplight. I was turning to go left. He was going to go right. And as we're at that stoplight, he bangs on my window, hands me his phone, and is like, here, let me get your number. I'm like, okay. Go home. And then he starts texting me that night. I was like, all right, whatever. I mean, still nothing, thinking nothing. And then he texts me the next morning. And he's like, hey, do you want to meet me at this country club and go to the pool? And I'm like, well, I got to work in a little bit. I don't feel like it. And he's like, oh, come on, please, please, please come hang out. And I'm like, well, if you want to tan, just come over to my place. My place has a pool. So he does. So he comes over, we're at my pool and we're just talking, whatever. And he's like, he's like, what are you doing after work? Do you want to come over? Okay, why not? Right? Sure. I'll come over. And so I go over there. We hang out. We hook up and yeah. So, the next morning, have coffee, whatever. And I had no intentions of speaking to him. I had plans about going on about my life, whatever. But then it was, as my bestie refers to it, love bombing. I guess, when something is too good to be true, it is. Then I started to like this guy because the more that we talked and hung out, I started to like this guy. So then he thinks that he deserves an award because he tells me he can't have anything serious or he can't whatever. But does he stop communication? No. Does he stop no. Basically it's, hey, I want the perks of a relationship without the title or responsibility. Okay. And this is where I kick myself in the butt. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. And the only thing that you can do is look at that, take that information, and if the universe presents a situation like that again, you know how to act. And I just really hope that I take my own advice. So he was bouncing around between Airbnbs, and I was there. He ended up getting his own place. Well, yeah, ended up getting his own place, and watch videos on that about how he would tell me, oh, bring your stuff, come over, spend the night. I'm there every single night. My stuff's over there. I'm there. But as soon as I leave in the morning, he hides all my stuff, right? I have a key to his house, yet he hides my things. And why was he doing that? Well, he wants an award for oh, well, I told you the truth. Sir, you were cherry picking the truth. You didn't tell me the whole entire truth about everything. No, you didn't. No, you didn't tell me, oh, well, this is a cycle. She's going to take me back. I know she's going to take me back. She's done it before. Yeah. So this guy, and I guess he really had it made for a while. When he was married to wife number one, and this is what he said to me, he was married to wife number one. When he was not in the US, they were living out of the country. He was actively looking for, I guess, this other girl that he had a thing for in high school or whatever. He was like, yeah, I was all the way over in Japan and I'm trying to, get in contact with this girl as he's married. So cheats on wife number one with that girl, then cheats on wife number one with soon to be wife number two. And wife number one was smart enough to say, nope, we're done. Videos on that. Gets with soon to be wife number two. He didn't marry her up until recently. And I don't know whose bright idea that was. And I'm sure her parents were saying, what are you doing? You're a fool if you do this. Told me as soon as he got with her, cheated on her. And here's something that one of my guy friends said to me, which is, you do all this talking, you do all this talking to these guys, like, why can't you act right? Why can't you do this? And, stop talking, do actions, leave, leave after the first red flag. And, if he knows she's always going to be there, she's always going to take him back, well, then, hey, you know, you forgive a person one time for cheating, oh, they got to pass. They know that you will always be there. And I mean, everyone does have their breaking point, yes, but you know that you can get away with that. So that was perfect. And she has money. Videos on that. So how this whole business entrepreneur, get out of here, okay? So I think, like I said, my old boss sold these kids the dream. Yes, it is it's a beautiful place inside and out. They did renovations on it, so I don't even know what it looked like before. Good product, very good product. But it's like I said, if you don't know where this place is, you're never going to be there. I live in this town. I've lived in this town for a while. I've never been. I didn't even know where it was. People would tell me where it is, and I'm like, huh? I mean, it's perfect in the little community, but there's no street traffic. They're only open for evenings. They're closed 2 days a week. And it's like, that place does have potential, but number one, it's not your business. Okay. You borrowed that money from her parents, and it was right around the time that you guys got married. And I'm sure her parents said, what are you doing? You're a fool. Why are you going to be with this guy? And so basically she had to beg her father to loan her, a huge amount of money to buy said business. So it's not even his. His name's on the door, absolutely, but it's not his. He has no clue how to run anything. And when he and I were speaking, before I knew any of this, and I thought he owned that business, he ran it, like how I was dead wrong. I was telling him, giving suggestions on, hey, like, you can turn it around, you could, but if it's not yours, what do you care? Like, this guy spends money like it's water. But if it's not your money, who cares? Like, they still share a bank account. And I know, marriage is complicated, kids are complicated. People say that. It wasn't complicated with my mama. My mama didn't have it all complicated like that. So it is true. And the saying goes as, it's only as complicated as you make it. So has a business, not his, has no clue how to run it. No clue about anything. And I feel like he will repeat the cycle, because you're a grown man. You are a grown man, and you don't know how to, like, just survive. Like, you're living off of Daddy Warbucks money. You don't pay your own bills. You don't earn your own money. Like, how can anyone take you serious? But he's cute. He's cute. He's good looking. He knows he can get by on his looks. And girls will put up with that. And if they don't put up with that, then he knows that there's 20 more around the corner. A dime a dozen. And also, if you've made it thus far in life, and if you see nothing wrong with your ways, why would you change? Like, whenever he would come into my work with not his wife, and I'm hearing all of this, and he's all, oh, woe is me, I can't believe I did. Like, you cheated on her yet again. She kicked you out. I guess this was the first time she filed for divorce, and he weaseled his way back in. Like, honey, you're not you don't care. It's only important, or you're only sad whenever you're caught. That's how it always goes. These narcissists, they think that they can just do and do and do, and, their partner will put up with it. And everyone has a breaking point. It might not be tomorrow, it might not be 10 years from now, but everyone does have a breaking point. And when you reach that point, why? And, everything that I'm saying, I said to this guy, like how I said her dad was a fool to loan you that money. And he's like, why would you say that? And I'm like, you cheated on his daughter more than once, multiple times. You cheated on her while she was pregnant. Like, are you joking? Like, they had to have known that that's not going to, be any good. And on top of that, I think her dad is suing him because he can't pay it back because he has no clue about the real world or finances. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, this is a guy who I would trust to save my life. I would trust this guy to save my life. I mean, he was, a cop. He was in the military. He can do that. Can he balance a checkbook? No. Like, it just blows my mind. And also, he is a mama's boy because he did tell me, oh, well, my mom didn't do me any favors. My mom did everything for me. My mom does everything for me. So, and soon to be ex-wife does everything for you like your mama as well. And it's like, honey, no. But, some people like that dynamic. Some people like it. And I still say to this day, I hope that she does not take him back. For her own sake and sanity, I hope that she does not take him back. Will she? Probably. And again, like, if I knew any of this, I mean, I just would have been even more so as X that out. And on top of that, this is why you should go on people's social media. This is why you should do a little quick search into people. Domestic battery. And I read the report and timelines. I was looking at timelines. It's so funny because when you're cheating, you will accuse your partner of cheating. And I read in the report he was accusing her of cheating. She was saying no, and it escalated from there. And that was about around the time that she took him back. And yeah, I mean, just messy. Oh, it's just gross. And yeah. But will this guy ever reach out to me again? I have no idea. Probably not, because he kind of hates me. So yeah, probably not on that. But these guys, it does not matter how old they are. Does not matter how cute they are. Messy. Like, sir, get it together. But here's the thing, if they haven't gotten it together thus far, why would they start now? So, thank you for watching my tea time. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks, guys. See ya.